Happy Easter! This is Missy Maramara for Poetry Against the Plague, initiated by Exi Abola and invited by Anina Abola. And because it is Easter, I would like to share with all of you my favorite poem by my favorite poet. We know the story, why she was there before the sun rose that first day on a world that had been saved in its sleep. She was the first to see the stone unrolled, the tomb emptied of the body she had come to cleanse and anoint with oils, the body she could touch only in death. In the darkness, prophecies may be forgotten, and we see why she ran to rouse his disciples, able bodied men who could not stand at the foot of his cross with her. Catching her breath, she watched two of them rush off, one solid as rock, who sliced off the ear of a servant and denied him thrice before dawn, and the other, who leaned against his chest, called the beloved, yet both returned empty-handed, closing the door to a room where the rest, except the venom-lipped one who kissed him in the garden, broke bread with trembling fingers, asking who could have dared to take him. She alone returned to the barren scene, weeping for the body other hands must have stolen, the body she could not believe would rise again, mourning not for the world, but for her loss. She was unconsoled by the words of angels whose wings shone in the tomb, as if the 7 demons he had banished came howling back to possess her, 7 pairs of eyes closing and crying inside her. We speak of tears blurring her vision, for how else could she have mistaken him, appearing to her in the flesh, for a gardener? Perhaps she was thinking of other gardens, other angels barring the way to a paradise she could never enter, not with him. And when he asked her those questions, how could he not have been moved by the woman who was willing to bear the sacred weight of his body, take it to another place of rest, and carry the burden in her breast all her life? She heard a voice tenderly calling her by name. Mary. Something like wings unfolded inside her, and she looked up at the face she knew by heart, changed and shining with a light so painful it could only be love. She whispered, "Teacher," and knelt at his feet. "Stop holding on to me," he began to say. But we suspect the gospel writer rewrote this scene to speak of his ascension. We wonder, did he calm the turbulent waves of her hair, brush his wounded palms against her cheeks, hold her in his arms as she sobbed against his risen body? We do not know. We weren't there. Yet he rose like the sun to eternal life, and not for her alone, but for all those who ran away, for the world that dreamed in the dark that day. She who loved him, maybe the most, loved what she could hold on to and kissed his feet. We read what she told those quivering men. I have seen and touched the Lord. But with all we know of human love, of the wounds and demons it inflicts and heals, we know what must have given her strength to begin the rest of her life. He appeared to me first. How could she not go on living after that? Magdalene by Naya Valdellon. Woman, why are you weeping? Whom are you looking for? Happy Easter, everybody.